Uh. What's up? Are we out there? Anybody listening? Anybody hanging out? What's good? Are we in the zone? Whatever zone that may be. The zone of danger, as it were. Could we be in the danger zone? Are we in the danger zone? We could be. I don't know, man. Those AI robots could be coming after us at any second. Y'all got to be ready for that shit. I'm telling you. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I know what you're thinking. He can't be doing what he's doing. But he is. Yes, he is. Anyways, what's going on with you folks? This is the best worst show on the internet, the Griftcast IRL. I'm your host, Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And other people also call me Defango sometimes or whatever. But that doesn't really matter because it's not very pertinent to the story. What is, though, is that we're all here hanging out on a Friday night, doing whatever it is that we do here on this show. And I'm also still working on stuff because I just realized that I still need to be working on stuff. But it's okay. I think I just figured it out. So what do we go? Where do we do? How do we do? That's probably going to be way too big. Let's see how big that is. That's actually not that big. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Okay, perfect. Maybe that's just good right there. We'll leave it there for now. So, what's up? How's it going to Legit Corp? What's up to JR Riggs? How you doing to CV? How's it going today? Hola, como está, señor Magic Poop? How are you doing? What's up to Sam Adams 73? Can't believe you drank that Sam Adams beer, but you know what? I'll let it slide. How's it going to Pyramid 7? Pyramid 7, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing very well. What is going on to Miguel H? How you doing? Peace of love to you too, my friend. What is up to Sewer Guy Rob? Nice to see you. How you doing? What's up, Billy Garza? Nice to see you as well. What's going on to the MPC show? Hopefully you're doing well today. What's up to Emmett W? He was next. How you doing today? And Murderous Mushroom. Murderous Mushroom. That's a different name. I don't think I've seen that name before. I don't think I've seen that name before. What's going on, Eliza Jean Williams? Nice to see you out there. Love it when the members be coming through. Like Sam Adams and Magic Poop and Sewer Guy Rob. Y'all are just awesome out there. And then we got USD CDN, a.k.a. Gearhart Fox, who's just been tweeting up a storm about some drama. Yeah, drama. I know you guys like drama. I don't like drama. You guys like drama. Y'all are drama. Anyways, what up, drama? So, how are you guys doing today? Yeah, how are you supposed to be doing today? Like, are you good? You guys have a good day? I had a pretty decent day. I'm sorry I'm on so late or whatever, but I just figured I do this whenever I want because it's fun. So, hi. Hopefully you're doing well. What's up? How's it going, Django131 over there on the Rumble? Look at that. What's up, the Django131 on the Rumble? How you doing over there? What's up, my friend? See, like, we could even get it going on over there. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, MPC show. It's been a pretty super slow day for news. There hasn't been a lot of crazy news that's been going on, so that is what it is. I don't know, it's not always about the news. Sometimes it's just about chilling out, like that's why we have the Discord, so people can come in, pop in, and hang out, do whatever it is that they do or whatever. I mean, we opened it back up, right? Like we figured we'd start using Discord since most people are in Discord and it's easier than sending them the link. Because yeah, the link that could be misused. A link could be misused. That's right. But yes, how are you doing? So yeah, there has been some drama today or whatever. Interesting things are interesting things is a happening. We got some news stories for you about some rather pertinent information that I feel like needs to be talked about, at least in a little bit. I mean, we got the right-wing influencer brigade seemingly fighting with each other. I'm seeing the likes of Ali Alexander, freaking Milo Yiannopoulos, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, all these really big names are just throwing mud at each other right now, and I'm just kind of sitting back, like, looking around, like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on, you know? I don't even mean to cuss or whatever. I'm trying to cut that down, but literally, I have no idea what is going on with all of these guys. And then people are like bringing me stuff, and then they're like, do something with this. And I'm like, well, I don't know who's lying. I don't believe any of them or whatever. I'm like, I guess people don't understand that I'm like an information trader, right? I'm a shadow broker. Shadow broker. Let's see what does it say a shadow broker is on the internet? Yes, a shadow broker. That's right. Yeah. That's me. That's me right there. According to the Mass Effect wiki, the shadow broker. I'll have a robot read it because then it'll probably be cooler or whatever. Just because.
The shadow broker is an enigmatic figure at the head of an expansive organization which trades in information, always selling to the highest bidder. The shadow broker appears to be highly competent at its trade. All secrets that are bought and sold never allow one customer of the broker to gain a significant advantage, forcing the customers to continue trading information to avoid becoming disadvantaged, allowing the broker to remain in business.
Ah, yes. The enigmatic shadow broker I am, selling information to the highest bidder. So depending on how much money you guys send me or whatever, because this is Griftcast, 100% Grift, 20% news, 80% me being an awesome guy, you guys got to definitely send in the cheese. And depending on how much cheese you send in, depends on how deep we go into this rabbit hole. And if that really means that if we're just going to circle the outside of the drain or get up into the deep stuff. And then you're welcome for the visual for all you nasty fucks out there. Anyways, Shadow Broker. I love that game, Mass Effect. I love being the Shadow Broker and being like the elusive man. Ooh, elusivity. Sounds like a really great thing, except for, I mean, I'm terrible. Till the beginning of this year, I had never actually tried grifting. So, like, I mean, I didn't really know how it works or whatever. And now that I understand how it works, seems different, you know? Seems different. When you become the gang stalker, people just don't want to be helping you out no more or something like that. I don't really know. I just try to do what I do over here. I'm just trying to do what I do over here. And, yeah. To Django 131, Marjorie Taylor Greene versus Laura Loomer, aka the Goblin Fight. Fuck, that's good, man. I am pretty sure if I put if I put Marjorie Taylor Greene versus Laura Loomer and make them look like goblins into Midjourney, they would probably be like, no, that's against, you can't do that. We're not gonna let you do that. So then I'm gonna have to set up my own. Fuck, can't afford that. Once I can afford it, talk to me in like 2 months, and then we'll get that shit done. It's gonna be cool. I had a couple of things that I need to be able to afford, but as it were, running a whole entire artificial intelligence thing requires a video card with at least 8 gigabytes of VRAM, all the way up to 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and I only have one video card with 2 gigabytes of VRAM, and then the one that's in my computer over here. But I'm already using that one. So, I mean, I have enough parts or whatever. Good old Gene. Hold on a second. Holy shit, did we just get like a freaking super chat or something like that? Holy crap, thanks a lot to Sewer Guy Rob.
Sewer Guy Rob has donated $10 and says, let's get all the way to the sewer, haha.
Yeah, let's get all the way to the sewer like Super Mario. So, yeah. I forgot to show this to you guys or whatever because I finally figured out what I'm probably going to end up doing with it. But, yeah. Good old Sir Gene sent us this gear right here. He sent me a Mag X570S Edge Max Wi-Fi board, which is an AMD socket AM4, which is pretty dope actually, and it's for the Ryzen 7 or whatever, and that's pretty crazy. Then I got the processor right here, and it says AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, which is funny because when I was building my computer, I had a choice between going the Intel route or this route, and I couldn't get this because it wasn't in stock anywhere that I could get, and then I wasn't about to go online. I don't like, what you guys will find out is like, I don't like buying computer parts online. I like going to the place, being able to look at it and stuff. And then, yeah, he sent me this board, which seems pretty dope. It's an Ace Rock X570 Tachi, which is not the actual board that the box comes from or whatever. But I figured I need to get this thing set up. But if I'm going to do that, I got to buy a fucking video card. So yeah, the idea, or, you know, my thought process on the situation is that, yes, I could get and set up a bunch of shit online or whatever to get a bunch of things done through a bunch of paid services, but like looking at the paid services, it's going to end up costing me, you know, hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars to set up what I want. But according to everything that I've read, I should be able to set it all up on just like one computer. So I figured I'm going to try to set up like a little AI server box that I can send out into the world somewhere and put it out there on the cloud in some co-location space. And then have it set up there as opposed to, you know, or, you know, start it off life over here, but set it up over here so you can use it. And the reason that I'm thinking about doing this is because I got a lot of designs. I found some code online that would let me do some pretty interesting things, but I should probably get into the news and stop talking about the crazy AI ChatGPT nut stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, I should not give away that many secrets. But yeah, we figured out a way, and what we figured we were going to do is we got to set up a computer, but I need to get a power supply and some RAM, because the RAM that I have isn't going to work for that. So I need to get some RAM, I need to get a power supply, and then we can set this thing up, hook it up to our internet, and then basically, you know, run our own little local AI bot that interacts with the Chat GPT bot through the API. And then I'm going to make it talk. Yeah, I'm going to make it fucking talk. So yeah, we need a video card, RAM, and thing. Well, I was hoping that I was going to be able to get away without getting a video card, but apparently to run any of this fucking shit, I need to get a tensor card, so it's got to be something at least like a 2070 or higher. So like what I have now in my computer would work, but in order to make it like super smart, I need to get like a graphics card that's entirely too expensive. So if you know anybody that's selling a 24 gig like graphics card, P100, whatever, old graphics cards, you know, if I gotta buy 5 of them, put them all together or whatever, don't give a shit or whatever. But, you know, now I'm just kind of sitting here thinking that, damn, you know, I remember when we were mining and shit over at Firesite a while back that, you know, I was thinking in my head back then when we set all those things up that we would mine Ethereum until that became no longer profitable, and then we would turn that machine into like a VMware cluster for cracking passwords or setting up, you know, our own server clientele, because I wanted to have like a whole vSphere setup going on, a whole virtualized section, so we could have our own like private cloud that also went up to the public cloud, but essentially that cloud was supposed to at least, you know, pay for itself by mining for a little while, and then we would redistribute the hardware. But those guys just went with Amazon. They didn't see my vision. But, you know, my vision now is just like, if we still had all that stuff, dude. Wait, what's this?
Virginia Olson has donated $2 and says, I owe you $50,000 if I hit the Powerball Saturday.
All right, well, I hope you hit the Powerball Saturday. I owe you $50,000. Well, you better pay up. That'd be sick. That would be sick. But yeah, I think ultimately they're there. And I see Sir Gene's in the chat right there. Look at that. Old Sir Gene. Old Gene. I haven't seen Mean Gene in a while. I didn't even know he was still around. I didn't even know if he was still around or not. Old Mean Gene. He doesn't like that, though. He doesn't call him Mean Gene. It's Sir Gene. Although, I don't know if he's actually a real sir, because I think he's got one of those Irish fucking things or whatever. Was it established titles? That doesn't have anything to do with it. I shouldn't just talk smack because I think I'm funny. Anyways, so yeah, it's like, I wanted to set it up so it's like a secondary stream box. I just have to figure out which one plays Star Citizen. But irregardless, now I need to at least get a power supply and some RAM, and then I can get it running. And then I'm going to use that for like a second stream PC and start installing stuff. Because I could still do it with the CPU. It's just not going to be as great. And I mean, I have this old like ATI like 7950 or something like that, but I don't know what that's gonna do. Yeah, I don't know what that's gonna do for me. Yeah, I don't know if that's for me. Seriously, but that's okay. I figured, like using it for something good, but if we still had all that shit from back in the day, it would probably work. I mean, maybe some of it wouldn't work. I think the graphics cards are the real thing here that needs to be done, that you need to have acquired. I guess I should say that's what really needs to happen. That's what we really need. That's what we really need. Anyways, so what am I even supposed to be talking about today? I'm supposed to be talking about the news. So let's get through the news, like articles and stuff, because I surely don't have that many today, and then we can kind of just get craziness going. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I'm probably gonna need is like a fucking case, because I don't think that motherboard's gonna fit in the case that I have. Might. So our first news story of the day comes from Texas. Texas, good old Texas, man. You gotta love Texas, dude. Everything's big in Texas, including the women. In all the right ways. Anyways, federal judge in Texas halts the FDA approval of abortion pill mifestrone. Biden administration is filing an appeal. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. That's quite the holy shit situation that I would probably ever have thought of actually happening. I didn't know that it was a possibility. I remember talking about this on the show not that long ago, but yes, a federal judge in Washington has halted the Food and Drug Administration's approval on an abortion pill, delivering a blow to abortion rights advocates in the wake of the Supreme Court's dismantling of the constitutional right to abortion, alleged constitutional right to abortion, right? But that's right. In a 67-page opinion, U.S. District Judge Matthew Kaczmarek said the FDA's 2-decade-old approval violated a federal rule that allowed for accelerated approval of certain drugs, and along with subsequent actions by the agency, was unlawful. He put his decision on hold for 7 days to allow the Biden administration to appeal to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. The Biden administration indeed has already filed its notice to appeal late Friday night and says the Justice Department strongly disagrees with the decision of the District Court of Northern District of Texas and the Alliance for the Hippocratic Medicine versus FDA, and will be appealing the court's decision and seeking a stay pending appeal. Attorney General Merrick Garland said in a statement Friday evening, today's decision overturns the FDA's expert judgment rendered over 2 decades ago that mifestrone is safe and effective. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, Bully. Maybe I could buy. Wait. I feel like this is something from a movie. Oh, yeah. That's from that one That's from that one TV show. You son of a bitch. You got me, Bully. Running an AI off a PS3. That sounds totally like that one fucking TV show, Person of Interest. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, guys, unfortunately, in the near future, pulling out and wearing condoms might be in your future, or you might not just be sticking your dick in everything that's walking. I don't know. You know what? I haven't had too much of a problem with children or whatever. You know, there's been some scares. There's been some scares or whatever. Maybe there's 1 or 2 kids walking around. I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. They never told me. But, yeah, if you think about all of this stuff, that's actually what's happening right now. Kind of like some shockingly big information over the weekend where there's going to be a bunch of people that are pissed off and partying at the same time because they're like, dude, this is going to be the last time that we're going to be able to get this for a while. And I mean, here it's basically saying that if the appeals court doesn't grant the stay, then that drug basically will become almost illegal overnight. And yeah, like, nobody's going to be able to use it anymore. So, like, you ain't going to be able to take a pill like Plan B and get an abortion anymore. And that all comes from this one case in Texas that's basically creating all of the drama. Now, let's see. Kazmark's injunction stops short of withdrawing or suspending the FDA's approval of mipisterone, as the group of anti-abortion medical association has asked them to do. Such a move for Kazmark, appointed by former President Donald Trump, would likely have disrupted access for millions of women nationwide, including in the states where abortion is legal. So yes, that's right. That's what's happening. It's not like they made it illegal overnight. They're giving them a chance to basically appeal it before anything seriously has to happen for that. Yeah. So you're going to need to be fucking selecting them girls pretty hardcore. Make sure you're buying your own shit, you know, get you that dental dam or whatever the hell they talk about that shit. I don't know. It was a long time ago or whatever. Anyways, I mean, just pull out fucking... roll the dice, motherfucker. It's a gamble anyway. Your odds just went up a little bit. That's all. That's all. So that's probably like, you know, one of the biggest pieces of information that I saw today that I thought people would want to be made aware of. Because, well, yeah, it kind of affects everybody out there, right? And for 20 years, people have been taking this drug already, and maybe some people have had some issues with it. That's, I guess, what the thing that got them to basically start this whole thing in the first place started. And it's basically an argument between two sides that are saying, hey, this is right. The other side saying that they're right. I mean, honestly, though, I don't think all that shit matters. I just think that the effect that it's going to have is probably going to start raising a few eyebrows. There's going to be a lot of pink-haired people and such that are going to be trying to blame this on every which person but the people that it truly needs to be blamed on. And honestly, it just makes no sense that it took so long for something like this to happen, but in any other place, it just kind of shows us where the culture war is truly lying, because this is one of those big hot button issues for the left. This is a hot button issue that will energize the left, that gets them engaged into whatever they would like to do. So I see this as being truly an issue or a problem moving forward. And if you don't, that's totally fine or whatever, but I would like you to think that there's a lot more going on here than truly meets the eye. Because it's not going to be... this is going to be something that I think is truly going to be that catalyzing force that gets them to start to realize. And then based on how Joe Biden interacts with this particular situation could really make or break his candidacy even more so. Because, like, nobody really gives a shit about what he was doing before, right? Like, nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to care. Which is strange. But at the same time, Kind of makes you wonder why maybe more people aren't reporting about why several major United States banks have been subpoenaed for financial records belonging to the Biden family. And I don't know if that has any connection to anything else, but seemed like a real big piece of information for the day. Yeah, kind of seems a little bit strange, doesn't it? You think they went a little too far with the late term and partial birth and birth, but this is going too far in the other direction. Interesting. That's what Lizzie Jean Williams says. I agree with that. Why isn't that popping up? Oh, it's not popping up because I don't have the pop-up on this one. Beep. Boop, boop, boop. There it goes. Yay, we did it. Yes, that's right. Maybe they are going too far. Emmett says Republicans lost their wedge issue. They are pissed. That is a pissed. And yeah, you think that one flew in under the radar, right? There's a couple of them that are throwing it under the radar. I tried to pull out the news that basically is in our blind spots that they aren't talking about. It's just the little tidbits of information. So, you would think that if information leading to subpoenas for the Biden family, you know, the president of the United States, I think the last time we had a president, dude, like every news story in the world was talking about these subpoenas. But honestly, it doesn't seem like anybody's talking about it. Just in. Who's talking about it? The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed several major Major U.S. banks for financial records? Kind of seems exactly like what we were seeing from the Democrats and Trump, only reversed, and now it's the Republicans and Biden. I guess anybody could have predicted that. Jesus. It's almost just like it swings both ways, guys. We go dirty, they go dirtier. So we have to get dirtier. It used to be like we did something, they did something dirty, we did something, they did something dirtier. But now we're getting dirtier. And people don't like it. But you know what? It's the way it goes, my friends. What's it all about? What's it all about? Oh, wait. I don't want to get into that shit yet. But yes. In other more interesting news, VP Harris has met with the Tennessee Three in a surprise visit to Nashville after the expulsions of her gun protests in Nashville. Aww. VP Harris finally went to some other place, but she still hasn't been to the border. And how sad is that for her? But I'm sure we're going to hear everybody talking smack about it or whatever. But I mean, good for her for standing up for the Tennessee Democratic lawmakers who staged a protest in favor of gun control on the state house floors. Yeah, good for them. You guys are really changing stuff. Yeah, we need to take away all the guns so that all the criminals have the guns and the government have the guns, and then the government's going to kill all the criminals. And then there's only going to be the government left. Right? Is that what's happening here? I don't know. It's what it feels like is happening here. Oh, well. I know we talked about this at least a little bit yesterday, but oh, wow. Swimming star Riley Gaines was assaulted by a transgender mob in San Francisco State. And they were yelling a lot of really, really, really nasty stuff to her, calling her a effing transphobic biatch and saying that they effing see her and shit like that. It was just very, very horrible. I mean, I don't even want to watch the videos just because, like, these people are crazy, man. People that, I mean, this girl is literally just trying to be a swimmer and is just speaking out for her future that is now ruined forever. The plan that she set up for herself. And you know what? I have a lot of connection to this girl because I know about setting up plans and having them get ruined by dumbass people. Yep. So it's like, why would they lock her up? Why would they do all of this stuff? It's just She just wants to be a swamming whamming. That's it. She doesn't have to worry about seeing dudes in her women's sport that she chose to be in with only women. And she doesn't want to be a part of the culture war on feminism and how men have become women and are now invading the feminist movement and basically decimating it. If that's like the culture war, that's a culture war I can tell you right now that a majority of athletes out there in the world, in my experience, don't want to have any part of that, right? Everything was pretty cut and dry, and adding all of this extra shit just seems to be like extra shit. Seems like we should just keep it the way it is, and then if there's gonna be the third option, there's just gonna be the third option. And it's gonna be like asking people, do you want beef, chicken, or steak? Right? That's really what it is. Do you want beef, chicken, or fish? That's the question. And then there's always going to be that one asshole that's like, I'm vegan. And then you just kind of deal with it. Like, you know, it used to be like that. Now it's like a complete situation where people are getting attacked. And I mean, obviously the right is very, very up in arms about this, but you should be, because they're not even going to be making any arrests after they assaulted this chick, which should probably tell you a lot of things about what's going on in San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco arrested transgendered individual. Yeah, likely not going to happen. No. Yeah, I just don't know how phobia has lost meaning. I don't know how words have lost meaning over the years. I mean, I don't understand. And I'm with you, actually, USCDN, you know, like, why can't dudes just be gay? Oh, I can't be gay because I'm a woman. And you're like, okay, so now you change yourself to be a woman so that you could be with men. I guess maybe they've never met gay men. I don't know. Maybe they're intimidated by gay men. Maybe they hang around with gay men and they feel like this is not for me. You know what? Or maybe they are hanging around gay men and they're like, it smells like asshole out here. I don't know. What I do know is that this girl didn't sign up for this shit, right? And now she's being attacked, and obviously they're not going to do anything about it. It should make you angry, dude, because like, if it was the other way around, they would be throwing people in leg irons and shit. They would be traipsing you out and stringing you up. Would they not? You know, if we reversed the roles and it was this transgender person that was assaulted by a mob of female swimmers, they'd be like trying to burn the female swimmers at the stake. And it just doesn't make too much sense to me that this is where everything is gone. But, you know, maybe Jeremy from the Quartering was right, and at least a little bit, for saying, hey, I'm so sick and tired of all of this transgender shit. And then later on, you know, it just keeps kind of coming back over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Why? I don't know. Who knows? For real. It's only going to get worse, guys. That's the thing, is that there's going to be more attacks. We already had, you know, the first incident of one of these individuals going out and creating a scene. And now we have had another one that apparently was arrested. And what does that culture seem to entail? It's radical. It's ideology. It's got radical ideology. It radicalizes people. And how do you radicalize someone to do something? I don't know. I think it has something to do with grooming, possibly. Essentially, what we're saying here is that it seems like there's something more to what we're seeing and the damaged goods that are being pushed forward. And it's almost up to everyone to try to push forward and say, dude, there's a freaking problem. You should probably be looking into it. And I don't know. Maybe there is, you know. If you look at other places in the world, like, I don't know, France, we've been looking at the different things that have been happening in France over the last couple of days. And obviously the way that France's government is dealing with this shit is quite different than how, I don't know, the United States would. Like this.
Macron, si tu continues, il va faire tout noir chez toi.
Are they in like the parliament or something?
Emmanuel Macron, si tu continues, il va faire tout noir chez toi. Macron.
Huh. Not on BBC News, Bordeaux protesters against Macron's government broke over and took over the Grand Theater. Oh, cool. So everything's just going fine over there in France, dog. They're taking over grand theaters and shit, which makes sense because that looks like a pretty big theater. They look like they're standing on a stage. There's all those people in the chairs down there. So, I mean, really just kind of one of the best ways of looking at something like this, isn't it? Just one of the best ways of looking into it. Just the best. So great. You gotta really love the French, don't you? You got to like the French. They are great people. They have like great success. There we go. And I was just wondering. I was like, dude, where the fuck is my chat? There we go. In the next ways, France, boom. People are making their intentions clear. They are not going anywhere. Wow. I mean...
Macron, décapitation! Macron! Explosion!
Oh les gars, un peu plus à gauche.
God damn. Dude, they were setting fire to police cars. But yeah, there you go. What does that say? Revolution. We want a revolution. We don't want no Macron and shit because he sucks big balls. And we don't like him. So fuck you, Macron. Is that how it's supposed to be? Pretty dope, dude. Like, if we started seeing shit like this in the United States, but this time it's a bunch of fucking rednecks and shit, you know, like down home, actual real Americans, not these like uber young weird fucks. If they start doing that shit, there's gonna be a major problem. That's like some Civil War type shit, you know what I'm saying? And that seems like where we're going. And they're setting up the robots to come get us. Don't you think? Don't you fucking worry. Oh, wow, what's this? Yeah, I don't want to play that music in the background, but you can see that, yeah, this is a pretty big thing. It's not like it's small. It ain't like it's going nowhere. It's definitely like something be happening over here, and it ain't a good look for nobody, right? Just look at the amount of people that are out there, and this is like a real movement that goes across sides. Everybody just hates the government. The question is that the only way that this would ever happen in the United States is that if the Democrats finally decide to give up and say that it's just so bad. And I don't know, man, if the economy keeps sliding into this disaster zone that we're in, where things are now getting more expensive, it's a $15 for a fast food meal, that sort of thing. I seriously think that people might actually start breaking the cycle of that they're in. And I think right now there's a lot of Democrats that are already aware of what's going on. It's just that they're too afraid. Honestly, they're just too afraid to speak up at this point because they know what they do to each other. They know what they'll do to each other. Yep. They know what they're going to do to each other. And look at this, dude. Some great footage, dude. Great footage. From Sadeo.com. Sadeo.com. I just don't get it. What's that? Oh, my bad. What is this? Just for the French. In 1672, the mob of angry Dutch killed and ate their prime minister. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I hope it doesn't get that bad, but you know what? Just saying. It has happened. It's happened before. Happened before, Macron. You might want to just be relaxed. It's looking a little bad over there, my G. I'm not saying that you're my G and we're friends or anything. I'm just saying that you might want to fucking like take a look into that. You might want to look at you might want to, you know. Whatever. And now a message from the World Economic Forum. Wow. Oh, sweet. Oh, wow. Interesting. They were better at understanding the earthquakes, so they could predict them in the future. Wow. Thanks, World Economic Forum. Yeah. Hey, guys. Don't you remember when it was nice and quiet in your area? Don't you remember all the silence? The silence was beautiful, wasn't it? Just imagine how silent it'll be when everyone's eating bugs and having to get paid out in CBDCs. Oh, it's gonna be a bright future until we have a revolution and overthrow the one world government and create a utopia on Earth with all the advanced technology. Except for simply, I think the Earth just doesn't have the level of technology. I mean, if we did truly have a free energy device that allowed us to get as much energy as we wanted, maybe we could change things. Maybe if replicators existed, we could change things. But while the battle of finite resources rages on, I think we're all just probably doomed to be a parasitic organism latching onto the back of a rather large animal that we truly don't understand but have been living on for quite a long time. Really, really, really crazy day. Really, really, really crazy day. What's this?
Harrison Crank has donated $1.99 and says Eliza Blue.
What's up with Eliza Blue? What happened to Eliza Blue? Is there something new about her or whatever? Is there? I thought didn't we beat that one? We basically, crushed it, right? So like, is there something new? Send me more money. Let me know. But, thanks for the generous donation of $1.99, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Bully Mpex Hero. Why not symbiotic? What? Humans have a symbiotic relationship with the world? Humans were created as chattel to mine this world of its ores, inherently designed to be an evil force upon this very world, to mine their gold and precious ores for the alien brethren who then tried to wipe us out with the flood, only for us to survive because we're resilient little bastards. I don't know. I read it in a book somewhere or whatever. Was I being too serious? Sometimes when I'm being facetious, I'm being too serious, right? And then people think, like, is that what he really believes? Maybe it is. But yeah, do we have a symbiotic relationship with nature? Maybe back in the day when we were still in nature. Nowadays, is there any symbiotic relationship with nature? Not exactly. We kind of just do what we want, and then, nature just happens around it. It's like tornadoes and shit. Just think about that. It would make quite the RPG. That would be it. That's right. So just, think about it. We're living after they tried to wipe us out. That's why the aliens don't come back, because they were like, dude, these guys are just horrible. We cannot tell anyone that we fucking did this. We're going to level 5 quarantine that entire fucking galaxy. And if anybody goes over there, we're just going to tell them that there's some crazy brain-eating zombie virus, and then nobody's going to want to go in there. Problem solved. So all the spaceships and stuff fly around, but, you know, maybe, just maybe, there's like a rogue alien organization that finally was sending messages this way, and then some idiot asshole is going to resend a message back, and then they're going to send all of their people over here, and they're going to fucking kill us. It's probably what's going to happen. It's going to suck. So yeah, just make sure you have shotguns, rather large caliber things. You want really fast projectiles to break through their armor. You know, it's chitinous, but it's still going to be effective against them. But, you know, obviously the play is going to be take them down and then steal their weapons. They still got like weird finger-like things. You know, you'll be able to shoot it. It's a little weird. You'll figure it out. If you played Halo, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't think anybody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't know if that's District 9 F-bombs. Yeah. I don't know if that's Descended, or what about Ascended Masters, bro? What's your problem with Ascended Masters F-bombs? You don't believe that consciousness allows for the ability for an Ascended Master to live within it? I mean, that's crazy. That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts. Anyways, better message for you guys now. Just a reminder that Ghislaine Maxwell's best customers are still running the shit show. Allegedly. 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 I thought I had seen some news about that today. Like, a bunch of people were getting subpoenaed in association to this, like Jamie Dimon and a bunch of other people at Jeffrey Epstein, but couldn't find the tweet on it. Oh, well. Oh, wow, dude. Our good friends over at the Daily Beast are reporting that NPR won't tweet until Elon Musk removes the false label from their account. NPR is mad, motherfucker. They are mad that they are labeled United States media or whatever. U.S. government affiliated media, even though their name's National Public Radio. And yes, they do get funding from the government, so indeed it does then make them a state-sponsored fucking radio station, even if a majority of their money comes from other donations and shit. It's called a technicality, you little bitches. In technicalities aside, Elon Musk is the king of technicalities because he's literally the biggest welfare queen that ever existed. So far. As far as I know. I mean, there's other rich motherfuckers out there living in Dubai and other places or whatever, but they ain't watching this show, because if they was, they would have already sent me $1 million so we could have really made some shit start happening. But whatever. But if you're watching, you know, just hit me up. I like money. I'm into money now. Pay me, motherfuckers. I'll do whatever you need. You need a GPT master? I'm a master. I got that shit to write ransomware, for fuck's sake. Like, it just did it for me. And I was just like, it actually works. So, and it didn't get detected by any of the bot things or whatever. So, you know what? Just gonna leave it. But at the end of the day, that really sucks for NPR. They're not going to be tweeting anymore. I don't really think a lot was lost, to be perfectly honest. Like, I did like NPR's things. Like, there is that one, like, NPR thing that they did where they had Usher on their, like, YouTube channel. And then, like, Usher and his band were, like, doing, like, a little mini concert. Oh, that shit was fire, man. And then Usher was, like, singing and doing all the vocals and shit. And he sounded, like, perfect. Like, he was from the CD and shit. But it was him. My, wish that I pull over and get this thing started right. Wait, sorry. Gonna take you to a place and not... I don't know. It happens. My brain. Now the song is just playing in my head. It won't stop. So I just gotta, like, wait it out or sing it. Nothing really happens. So yeah, literally, who cares if they tweet? But, since you guys do actually give a shit about Twitter, another Twitter lawyer has quit as Elon Musk's legal woes expand because they're now facing a new probe from the FTC and German authorities because of some bullshit that happened probably before he even showed up. But yes, the Federal Trade Commission has launched a probe into Twitter over privacy concerns. Twitter's negotiations with the FTC don't seem to be going very well. Last week, it was revealed that the Twitter CEO request last year for a meeting with FTC chair Lyndon Kahn was rebuffed. Now the senior Twitter lawyer Christian Dow, who was closely involved in those FTC talks, has resigned. Several people familiar with the matter have told the New York Times. Interesting. So wait a minute. Did Elon Musk, in fact, maybe find another fucking rat in his organization named Dow? Dow joined Twitter in 2020 and rose to the ranks after several of Twitter's top lawyers were exited or fired once Musk took over the platform in fall of 2022. Most recently, Dow, who has not yet confirmed his resignation, oversaw Twitter's product's legal counsel. In that role, he was intimately involved with the FTC negotiations, sources told The Times, including coordinating Twitter's responses for FTC inquiries. Well, now, interesting. I guess, the article is writing it that it's a problem for this, but anybody that's basically been paying attention is that usually anybody that's been exited from the company has been exited from the company either due to poor performance or because they're literally a fucking rat. And, I mean, it sounds good because it's not like Twitter's having problems running, and obviously that lawyer leaving could create issues with the FTC, but then again, if he's not handling the case very well and layoffs have been happening, what's to stop Elon Musk from actually stopping anybody from doing anything or firing anybody? And absolutely nothing is stopping that. Nothing is stopping that. But yes, the probe with the FTC is ongoing, but now the layoffs are also creating more legal woes because Twitter is seeking legal action against a suspected ex-employee who leaked the Twitter source code on GitHub, but also is currently involved in an individual arbitration with hundreds, if not thousands, of ex-employees who are not allowed to join a class action lawsuit over the alleged missing severance payments and lost wages. Ooh. Yep, that's right. TFW, you inherited a crime scene and it's been overvalued. Yep, that's right. It's exactly right. The crime scene was overvalued, but you're doing your best with it. And by the time you're done with it, it's going to be worth 3 times the amount, which is great. I mean, the biggest thing that they did with Twitter was lock off the API. Because literally, if anybody's abusing that API, and they have been abusing that API to great success for many years, it's going to change the entire game. All they're going to have is Facebook, and everybody fucking hates Facebook. So we're in a really, really strange situation right now. Think about that. So if people are paying attention, there's been a lot of mutinies happening over there, right? Like people putting out all of these different things like free speech enthusiasts who posted the Twitter source code to GitHub. And literally now they're actually trying to sue this individual. But I think it's pretty clear to me who it actually was. Somebody that lost $100 million and is probably also, what would you call that? Disabled, right? Also disabled. But that's about as much as I'll say about that particular situation. And then, Twitter will need to fill Dow's position soon since Germany's Federal Office of Justice just this week launched another probe into the platform. Germany's authorities probe is concerning Twitter's seemingly failure to delete or block illegal content in the country, and it's threatening to fine Twitter up to 50 million euros if the illegal content is not removed. Ah, yes. Leave it up to the fucking Germans. Leave it up to the Germans to fuck some shit up for you. And if you think about it, as some people on the chat are saying, Facebook is almost done. It's almost gone, guys. It's almost going to be shit for brains, nothing. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to how they're using Germany to try to squeeze one over on Musk. But at the end of the day, what do you tell the German authorities? Okay, well, we'll just turn off fucking Twitter in Germany. And then you'll just be all like, fuck the Nazis. And that'll really piss him off, wouldn't it? That would super piss him off. But it would be something that he'd probably do. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. By the way, if you didn't know, the copyright on Mickey Mouse, a.k.a. Steamboat Willie, the first thing that ever started off, that thing that made Disney, Mickey motherfucking Mouse, his copyright expires in 2024, and yes, it goes into the public domain. So that's right. In 1928, the movie Steamboat Willie, a short film, introduced the world to Mickey Mouse. And now that intellectual property is basically going to be out there in the public. That means that Walt Disney Studios, so on and so forth, will have to change the way that they strong arm people into not utilizing their intellectual property, because it'll be the public's property after that point. But yes, only the version of Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie is now public, and anybody can use it to create art stories, new art, whatever. But any future iteration of Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse being in color or anything else like that, is not going to be available. But technically, if you wanted to make your own Steamboat Willie comic with the very first iteration, Disney no longer owns the copyright, and you're free to do whatever the fuck you want to. Which is about the same thing that happened with Winnie the Pooh a couple of years ago when it entered public domain, and then somebody actually made a slasher movie called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yes, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. But yeah, Michael Mouse's comments. We might even have the new MAGA mask out. Make America great again, and have fucking Steamboat Willie and Donald Trump. Holy fucking shit, bro. That would be hilarious. I'm sorry. That would create chaos and disruption, but honestly, it would just be fucking hysterical. You better take off that fucking Mickey MAGA hat off, or I'm gonna fuck you up, man. You're a fucking fascist, bro. Be like, shut up, you Antifa, bitch. Go eat your fucking salad. Get your fuck out of here. Cool. In other Bitcoin news, Craig Wright believes Apple is in breach of his copyright to the Bitcoin white paper. What? Yes, the Bitcoin white paper has been hosted on every single Mac computer running the Catalina and operating system since at least 2020. Really? Since at least 2020? Are you sure it's been since at least 2020? Huh. When did I work for Apple? Oh, yeah. In 2020. Anyways, that's weird. I don't know what that has to do with anything or whatever, but yes, Craig Wright believes Apple is in breach of his copyright for his white paper to Bitcoin. He alleges, even though he can't even prove that he actually wrote it with the original copy. That's fine. But yes, it's been reported in places that every single Macintosh computer running Catalina or newer as far back as 2022, as far back as 2020, some claim even as far back as 2012, that the Bitcoin white paper has been sitting on every single Macintosh computer and nobody seems to have even known about it, right? And now, Craig Wright, faker to the throne of Bitcoin, who seemingly is capable of claiming that the Bitcoin white paper is now his property, is saying that he's actually going to maybe sue Apple over the inclusion of all of it. Yeah. So I laughed about it because I was just like, oh, really? Somebody found that? Sorry about that. I did not realize that I left that there for you or whatever. But yes, they found it buried deep inside of Apple's operating system. Computers running Mac OS Catalina or later. The document has a file name of simpledoc.pdf and purports to present Satoshi Nakamoto's ideas for the decentralized form of currency that's based on a public ledger on 9 of its pages. And it was his 48th birthday. Some blogger named Andy Bio claimed that for the first time there was a subtle mention to the world's oldest blockchain on his Waxy blog on April 5th. I was trying to scan a document with my wireless printer scanner, but the device wasn't showing up. Image capture. After I upgraded the OS recently, I just saw Virtual Scanner 2, a device that I've never seen or noticed before. Bayo to Blockworks. Bayo claims that the document is present in all up-to-date versions of macOS, but he can't explain why it would be hidden in such a location. According to Bayo, you might just see the file opening terminal and entering the following command. If you're not an Apple expert, he suggests that you open Finder, click on the Mac HD, open System Library Image Catcher Devices folder, click on the Virtual Scanner app, and show package contents, and then go to the contents resource folder and open the simpledoc.pdf. Interesting. Yep. Most people are thinking it's Adam Back. Yeah, dude. Sorry. No, it's not Adam Back. He's already came out like multiple times and said that he isn't the actual guy that created it. Although he definitely talked to the dude that did. Anyways, to give some people some backstory on this, Virtual Scanner is actually an application that was designed by Apple Incorporated. So you could go to Mac Informer, or you could go to informer.com and search for the software. And there's actually 2 different versions of it, Virtual Scanner 1.0 and Virtual Scanner 1.2. The latest version is Virtual Scanner 1.2, so you will find that basically installed on every single Apple device that ever existed. If you've ever actually worked for Apple or been able to look at anything, you can go to the Apple Developer Portal at developer.apple.com, and within the library archive, you can actually find the Virtual Scanner program in its version 1.2 that has actually existed at Apple since 2012. That's right. So the document would have had to have existed on an Apple computer since 6/12 of 2012. Maybe even earlier than that, based upon how it's set up. And you can see that it says Mac OS X v10.6 or later. This application needs to be run under Mac OS 10.6 or later, and will register a new device when running Xcode automatically to allow for debugging of entry points. There is no need to install the test software anywhere specific for creating and testing purposes. Device modules will need to be installed for production locations, library images, captures, and devices. This is a sample project that will show how to create a image capture scanner device module. It uses canned information built from the included scanner properties plist to create a virtual scanner device. The test.tiff will be used to simulate an image from the scanner bed or document feeder. Developers can use this project as a starting point for creating their own scanner device module. Entry points are defined and documented where the procedures will need to be implemented to get basic functionality out of the scanner. Any communication to hardware can be completed using the skeleton functions in the virtual scanner class. Wow. So what we're looking at is an artifact of something that's been existing on Apple computers since 2012, not 2020, to be perfectly frank, because they haven't updated that project file since then. And the sample code is actually here, which is really, really weird, right? But when you look at the actual scanned image, I don't think that there's actually a PDF reference anywhere inside the developer documents for the code. Like, if you were to try to do this, I think it said simple PDF, right? Yeah, I think it's simple PDF, isn't it? Yeah, this one. Simple PDF. Oh, simple doc. That's right. A simple doc. So is it part of something that somebody had done for a coding challenge, a Swift coding challenge back in the day, and they just left it in there and it just exists in every documentation since then? Because can't find it. Can't find it. What if somebody amassed BTC like a dragon card, but without a key or whatever? Somebody could probably do that. Yeah. So here it goes. Here's a mystery. This is the person that actually find it. Why do I have a capture device called Virtual Capture? Import for Virtual Scanner 2. And it's got an image in there. And it's from custershot.com. Somebody just put it in there. Then you got it right there too. And it says that this particular version on this guy's computer was last modified January 1st of 2020. So that seems to be when it was created on his system. Which is really, really strange and interesting probably for a lot of people. But yes, it actually is still there. They haven't taken it out yet either. Haven't actually taken it out yet. So if you ever were kind of wondering what the virtual scanner thing was, it's just a project that somebody had created for Mac that still resides in there. And it looks like they had extra stuff that they wanted to add to the project that they just never took out. Which is kind of hilarious, actually, if you really think about it. Because most people wouldn't, mess with that, actually. Most people wouldn't even try to figure it out. But you know what? We're going to try to figure it out because we might as well, right? It's just kind of funny how this thing rolls out. Like, why would it even be there? Why would it have been there for so long? And what's the point in doing it in the first place? Does it change anything from anyone else? Let's see. Oh, I did that wrong. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see. You're gonna let me paste? No. Oh, what do we got there? Wow, Theta Naya, everything I learned. Thanks for the
Theta
donation.
Naya has donated $19.99 and says everything I know I learned right here, yo.
Everything I know I learned right here, yo. I wonder if it'll actually open. Open system / library / wait, I gotta make it uppercase. System / library / image capture / devices / virtual scanner .app / contents wait, fuck that up. Contents, resources, simple doc.pdf. See if it works. Does not exist. So maybe they finally took it out. Maybe I spelled it wrong because I didn't copy and paste it. So maybe they finally took it out. I keep this thing fucking updated. But I think I spelled something wrong. Let's see. Simple doc PDF. Not there anymore though. Resources, capital R. Contents, capital R. App. Virtual scanner, devices, image capture. Looks like everything's set up correctly. Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. I guess it doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. Try this. Virtual scanner. Yeah, it doesn't even see. It's not even seeing that app. Yeah, it's not even pulling it up in my package finder either. Ooh. Click on the finder. Now let's see. I wonder if we could actually find it in here. So we're gonna need to go to the Macintosh HD. Why don't I see the Macintosh HD in my favorites? That's weird. This thing's like missing some shit. Yeah, it's like missing everything. That's super weird. Quit Edge. Yeah, I guess I don't have that thing on my sidebar or whatever. Why the fuck not? There we go. Computer. Let's see. Library. Oh, I forgot the fucking space. That's why. Devices. Yeah, it doesn't even have it in there. Look at that. It should be in here. But it doesn't even have it. So maybe I don't have the view option set to see hidden folders. Nope. That is actually set up correctly. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's on mine. That's weird. Was on there. I keep it together though. I do keep my Mac running all the time. If you didn't know, now you know. So yeah, it doesn't even look up there. Now, yeah, dude, the whole thing's gone. See, like, I don't have the virtual scanner app, but I think that the app only actually ever gets installed on your computer if you try to scan something. And you don't actually have a scanner. And I haven't actually tried to scan anything with that computer. Because if you'll notice right here, it says Air Scan Scanner Virtual Scanner. It's like a test project. So very, very, very weird. Very, very weird. Very, very, very weird. I did Shift Command period. Although I might have hit the wrong button because it's a Windows keyboard. But whatever. Think about that. Think about that. I just thought it was funny that when I actually saw it coming up, people are talking about it. It's actually a big thing. Just super weird, dude. It's just super weird. Although maybe I just had my things set up there. Strangely. Whatever. So now I guess into the future of things. Now the really, 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 really racy portions of the day can get on. Have you guys noticed that there's been a lot of beef in the right-wing commentator space? Because I've been noticing that people are trying to get people to start taking sides and shit. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now hiring Milo Yiannopoulos, and these people are beefing with these people, and certain people are trying to be pro-Trump, and some people are trying to be no Trump. I don't know, man. It seems like a whole lot of weird shit happening. And even more so, it seems like a lot of it seems to be coming up from some other places. But it seems to have come to a head because, yeah, Laura Loomer is back on the scene. And some people are saying that Trump's trying to actually hire her in some kind of way. I don't know if that's actually real or not. It seems a little bit strange, but Marjorie Taylor Greene has been really, really anti-Laura Loomer lately, and it seems to be really creating some kind of divide here. Marjorie Taylor Greene says Laura Loomer is mentally unstable and a documented liar. She cannot be trusted. She spends months lying about me and attacking me because I supported Kevin McCarthy for Speaker after I had refused to endorse her last election cycle. She loves the alleged FBI informant and weirdo Nick Fuentes. She tried to get hired on the Ye campaign after the infamous Mar-a-Lago dinner, but Kanye West refused to hire her, and now she's running to Trump. Never hire or do business with the liar. Liars are toxic, poisonous to everything they touch. I'll make sure he knows it. And yeah, that's where people are angry, because apparently Trump is moving to hire Laura Loomer, the anti-Muslim activist, the Jewish girl. Yeah, sure. I know that Laura Loomer has the most checkered past in history or whatever. We actually grew up not too far from each other, although she is older than I am. She was a cheerleader at Hamilton High School, though. I remember that. We remember that. Anyways. So yeah, this is seemingly creating a whole lot of divide with a whole lot of people, and it's making me laugh because I was just like, what the fuck, dude? And then what's this right here? Gerhard Fox. Who's this dipshit? I have a source here on Twitter who claims to be in contact with the biter who sexually propositioned by Stop the Steal activist and January 6th instigator Ali Alexander. I have provided contact information through Twitter of this person who may be interviewed through procure the identity and contact information of the minor in question, who as recently as 30 days ago confirmed these allegations to be true. Ali Alexander denied these allegations in a Twitter space and claimed the minor had apologized for falsely claiming this at CPAC event last year, to which Current Revolt responded that that's not true and he had confirmed the allegation within the last 30 days. So yeah, we're getting into some real interesting territory here, because everybody knows that I don't take sides in any of this stuff, right? You know, I'm like Switzerland or whatever. I'll put out information to different people and they won't talk about how they got it for me or whatever. And that's the way that I like it. And I mean, I've had a lot of association to a lot of different people over the years, including, you know, Ali Alexander. We did a pretty good expose on him where we got him to actually bring us onto his Periscope, and we ran him through the business on this entire thing. And during that entire ordeal, nobody came forward with any strangeness, talk of minors and Ali Alexander having problems with them. But, you know, it's not like we didn't ask. Nobody just brought anything up to him. So a lot of this new stuff that's coming around this, to me, seems like it's a number of things. Obviously, Ali Alexander and Milo Yiannopoulos are on the outs, and they've been on the outs for a very, very long time. And I've seen this type of thing happen before in other places. So I don't tend to believe any information that ever comes out of the mouth or is even loosely connected to Milo Yiannopoulos, just because, you know, I'm an educated human being and I don't believe sycophants and dipshits. Like, some people really like the guy or whatever, but to me, I see the whole act. I see the clout chasing grift shit or whatever. Yeah, you might have did some good shit in your life or whatever, but I still think I have more to show for it. Yeah, I still think I have more to show for it. But yeah, I never end up being Switzerland. They deny. I always end up being not Switzerland. Everybody just says that I'm on everybody's side, but honestly, I could give a shit about this. I mean, Ali, I've kept a very good, I guess, relationship with them. And all my relationship is that we had that one live stream that one time. And then I was like, all right, well, if anything else comes up, I might be coming back and checking your ass, motherfucker. And I already checked him on this when multiple individuals that I've never talked to before started messaging me about Milo's claims in his Telegram. We went into Telegram, we reviewed the claims. Although we really didn't do anything with it, because there hasn't really been any hard evidence that I've come out with. All I've had is that, oh, this person says this, and this person says this, and this person says this, but I haven't really seen any of these interviews or anything else that's associated to this. All it really seems to be is just kind of like back and forth where I haven't really seen a bunch of information and everybody is telling me to trust one person over the other person. Unfortunately, I've never talked to Milo. I have no problem talking to the guy and trying to figure out what his fucking situation is. But as far as I've been able to tell, it seems like a majority of this is coming from his area. And let's be pretty clear that, you know, I don't trust either side in this thing. The only reason I give Ali at least a little tiny bit more respect in the situation is because he at least talked about it today. Like, I was listening to the Twitter space earlier until I just kind of got fed up because I could only really listen to Laura Loomer for so long. And I mean, it was just kind of like weird because it's this bunch of he said, she said shit. Like, nobody's got any evidence on either side other than Ali. But yes, this seems to be the thing right here that's everybody's trying to push forward for. And if it's true, you know, okay. But Anna Lee already categorically denies it, even though there is another individual out there that seemingly says that they confirmed it. So we're going to have to figure out who that person is. Current Revolt. We're going to have to reach out to their Twitter account and take a little look at it to see if we can find any evidence. Because, you know, like, I'm totally down. You know, if you guys want to burn Ali Alexander to the motherfucking ground, let's do it. But, you know, gotta show me something. Oh, yeah, this is it right here.
Chronologically, let's go back to J6, right? J6 comes and we have the Stop the Steal movement. You know, most people here, we've had some J6 spaces. Mm-hmm. So most people here know about it, or anyone otherwise. If I walked into the White House, I would be concerned about
when Marjorie flew out for a private dinner with me and Kim Klacik flew down. And it's like, it was so funny because like during this whole dinner, right, she's like trashing Kevin McCarthy and talking about how evil he is and how she thinks I'm so great and wants to support me and how I need to get to Congress with her. And, you know, like, it's just so funny. There's photos of this as well. So it's all backed up. All the tweets, all the evidence are there. And then, I don't know, like after my campaign ended, like I said, everything was fine and everything was good up until about like October of 2021 or so. And then I don't know how this happened, but Milo started working with her as an intern in her office. And then
while she was paying him money. So she's paying him money on one side, and then he was congressional unpaid intern on the other. And so
he's not a U.S. citizen. I'm just letting everybody know. He's like a British national, and you know, it's just
who still lives with his husband in Tennessee.
I like disavowed and like distanced myself after 2021, when he started. Well, after 2020, really, but especially in 2021, because like after 2020, he started trashing President Trump and saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna like destroy him and I'm out for vengeance," and like he started calling President Trump a retard and like just like really nasty things, right? And we have all the screenshots of this, all the evidence.
Yeah, this whole thing seems super fucked up. But yeah, you should ask Taylor Hansen about what he told me. He straight up said Ali stole $10 million from the Stop the Steal. Was Taylor making that up? I don't know. Wasn't Taylor the person that stole $10 million? I don't know. Who really knows? All I really know is that, look, Gerhard Fox is in here, and he puts that out there. Calls out Ali Alexander for asking for nude images of a minor. He's had communication with the minor in question in the last 30 days, confirmed the legitimacy of those claims. Oh, really? So, just looking for that evidence. We got is there messages? Anything? There's last year, Ketocopter. No. Is it more gay text messages from Ali? Yeah. Well, Curve Revolt can allege whatever he wants, but like, what does he got? The text messages? Does he got anything to back up his story? Did he leak the DMs of him talking to this individual that can be verified by a third party or source? Because it doesn't really seem like he's talked too much about him at all, really. It seems like this whole thing started not that long ago, to be frank. Oh no. Yeah. I just think it's just a situation where it's just crazy. Listening to it, I was like, well, definitely don't want to hear what everybody's having to say, but it definitely shows that there's definitely an implosion happening in the influencer department on Twitter. It's like these guys, like I keep hearing all these saying, oh, everybody needs to stop like retweeting each other and actually starting and going and doing something. But I feel like every time I've ever run into a situation where people are doing something, it gets fucked up seriously too quickly, right? And even in this time, it's like all these influencers from like 2017 before like all the banning started happening or starting to come back up. And it's just like, you want me to back Laura Loomer? Like shit's getting weird, dude. Like Mersh and his other dude from the Revenge of the Cis Night Rave radio show were just on Alex Stein's podcast for the Blaze TV and just went on one of InfoWars' shows or whatever and has pictures out with like Alex Jones and shit. And you got to start realizing that the right's online machine is basically broken right now, it seems. Everybody either went into QAnon shit or has started shifting and trying to be like the number one Trump influencer again. And it's just getting really pitiful, honestly. It's like pitiful. Like, sure, I feel with Ali, and if this situation ends up being true, if we actually get some text messages and some information that confirms whatever this random faceless motherfucker on Twitter is saying, maybe we might be able to change our minds about it. But like just the fact that there's been so much beef going in between these two camps, and now MTG is into the mix, and Milo Yiannopoulos is now working for Marjorie Taylor Greene. It tells me that, you know what, almost guaranteed Marjorie Taylor Greene's probably not going to be making it into another term, to be frank. And is it because they're sending in fucking this douchebag to like fuck everything up? Probably. That's the way that I kind of like look at it. That's the way that it makes me think that it might be happening. But who knows? Yeah, dude. Who knows, dude? Who knows? In actuality, though, you got to think about where you're going with this entire thing. Because I don't see where they're going with this. Like, are they going to have like another big fight to see who's the biggest influencer or whatever? I don't know. I don't want to be any part of it. I want to keep watching it and start researching it at least a little bit more. But to be perfectly frank, I don't side with Milo on this at all. Like, I can't believe a word that guy says. And then the added fact that I've never talked to the motherfucker just makes me completely think that anything that he's saying right now is probably illegitimate, and he's probably trying to save his own ass, which has basically been his MO since he's been around, as far as I've seen so far. So maybe we're going to see some, reality from it. I really hope we start actually seeing some real goods. But at this particular point, I think we got a bunch of motherfuckers that are just trying to make them names for themselves. Yeah. That's really what I think it is. Everybody's trying to be on top of the Trump dominance machine. It's just not really super happening or whatever. Just the end of the day. Just the end of the day. Or that's just the main thing to be putting out there and saying that there's toxicity on the waves, my friends. And I don't know if somebody's going to be able to figure out how we're going to worry about this one, but like the fact of the matter is that the news has just been kind of lame lately, dude. And now all the influencers are fighting with everyone else again. It's like, dude, it's hard to keep up with all like who's cool with who and who's good and who's bad or whatever. Sucks, man. Sucks. But with that, that's pretty much it for tonight, yo. We ain't got anything else to be giving y'all's today, but hopefully you've at least learned a little bit of things here on the show today. Yeah. That's right. And yeah, I pick sides by titty quality alone for sure, actually. But, you know, there's really no quality titties to be had in that whole entire side, so fuck 'em all. That's what I say. Fuck 'em all. Although I'm sure they'll be quite useful here in the near future. But with that, that's pretty much it. Lunchy. Come here, good girl. Come here. Come here. Get over here, you lazy puppy. Come on, lazy girl. Oh no, Daddy, you gotta come pick me up, Daddy. Lunchy. Yeah, Lunchy was a good girl today. So last night, she started acting up and I couldn't figure out why. She kept growling and barking and trying to alert me. And I couldn't figure out what was up because I kept going outside and looking around, but I couldn't find anything, right? So earlier today, you know, I took her out and then she kept on going around back of my house or whatever to this like area. And then I look back there and there's a dog back there. You know, it looked like it was a big brown dog with some like white eyes with just black pupils, but the eye was completely white or whatever. And I was looking back there like, holy shit, there's a dog back there. And I tried to get at least a little bit close. She didn't growl or anything. And I was just like, come here, baby. Come on, come here. She wouldn't come, though. I think Lunchy scared her. Lunchy's pretty scary. She is. So Lunchy alerted me, so we were able to call animal control. But it ended up pretty good because the dog didn't even have to go to the pound. The dog was wearing a collar, and the dog's name was Rose. She was a girl, and I guess what happened... You see, what happened was, I guess Rose and her family were out in Kings Canyon, and the dog, you know, ran away, I guess, or got lost. I don't know. So the dog had been lost for 10 days from Kings Canyon and made it all the way over from Kings Canyon to here in my little backyard. And for whatever reason, it felt the safest being back there. And it's funny because that's not the only animal that I catch back there. I've caught deers back there. I mean, raccoons. Poor little dog. But the dog got home. The family of the dog just drove right over to the house and then just picked her right up. So it was a good thing. Lunchy did a good thing today. Lunchy did a good thing today. Yep. She did a good thing today, so I just wanted to keep it together. That's right. So, Lunchy did a good job. And, you know, she hasn't been barking that much, although she's definitely much more alert. She's been speaking. And look at how lazy she is just over here laying in my arms. You're such a good girl. You helped save that puppy. We gave her water. We gave her some food. You helped save her. She loved your food, even though you don't even eat it, you little shit. Yeah, she had an amazing 10-day journey. She was tired. And then, ironically, I'm the safe space. It's where all the animals come whenever they're hurt or, you know, they just want to chill out in a safe spot. They come up on over here, which I thought's really cool. I'm just glad that we got to save that poor dog because it was super worried, you know. But then, you know, we when the animal control guy went to go get her, she didn't even fight or anything, you know. He just put the leash right on her and walked her right out. And then we were like, well, she's got a car on. Just call the number, you know, call the number. call the number. So that's pretty much, probably the only thing that's cool that happened today. Outside of that, we got nothing else for you guys. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the love. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends. And we'll see you on the next one, man. We'll see you on the next one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Adios now. Bye-bye.